And we are live here on a Saturday night, already April 27th, 2024. It is 10:38 p.m. We got Rampage going on right now. We got Chuck Taylor. We got Trent Beretta beating the holy hell out of each other inside of a parking lot right now. Just Chuck is just bleeding all over the place. He just smashed a man with a drywall sheet. We got Anarchy going on live on TV as this is a Collision review / Rampage watch along. Rick Ucchino, Cresta the Star, with you guys until we run out of stuff to talk about, and we got a lot to talk about. Get your super chats in, get your humper chats in. We will read every single one of them throughout the entirety of the show tonight until we decide that we just can't do it anymore. Both Cresta and myself are running on fumes after the week that we've had, but we are here. We are ready to go. Cresta, it's been a hot minute. How are you?
It has been a while. I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you, like I told Joel on Thursday, I broke my headphones, so I'm just gonna be muted half the time, so you guys don't hear an echo. So we're raw dogging it right now. We're going through the speakers. I don't even know how I broke my headphones.
No, this
How are
this
you,
could get
Rick?
bad because my headphones have been shorting out. So yeah, we both could just be muting it and just passing it back and forth like it's a tennis match and not like an actual conversation and
I mean, I'm
and
pretty good
things
with the
like that.
mute button because I'm on Discord and I might be hot all the time. So I'm pretty good with the.
Man, I think we had light tubes. I think I just missed light tube action going on here. We got blood all over the place. They are firing it up on a Saturday night. Again, guys, get your super chats in, get your humper chats in. Our great moderator, Drew, will make sure that I read every single one of them throughout the entirety of the night. Before we get into Collision, though, Cresta, we did have some big breaking WWE news as Collision was going on the air tonight. The Rock tweeted out, or well, didn't tweet it out. He sent it out from his Instagram. Let me get my socials correct. Put it out on social media. It was independently confirmed by our own Sean Ross app. Subscribe to Fightful Select, just $5. Best $5 you're going to spend in the business. Get all of Sean's great reports immediately to your email or the Discord or wherever you're gonna get it. Sean independently confirmed that Drew McIntyre has re-signed with WWE. According to Sean, it is a multi-year big money deal, and he is going to be sticking around in the E. He's not going to test free agency. He's not going to be coming to AEW. He is home in WWE. And yeah, this is kind of a big deal when you think about all of the stars that have contracts that are coming up here soon, like major players. This seems like one of those big pieces they needed to get off the chessboard, so to speak. They had to get Drew locked up, especially as vital as he has been to the program lately. As great as his character work has been, all the CM Punk rivalry teases that they have been dropping, to do all of that and then not have Drew re-sign, and then we miss out on all of that, would have been like, dang, that's a middle finger to most of us. But this got worked out. They got one done. They got several more to go. Cresta, your reaction?
Not mad. It's literally the NFL draft, but for WWE. It'd be a fool's errand, kind of like letting Kazuchika Okada go. Ooh. But, here we are. Here we are. I'm glad. I'm also upset because, you know what? I was like, yeah, we are doing a watch along. So let me turn on Rampage. Mistake. Y'all know how I feel about blood. So if y'all see my face doing I turn it on and all I see is just Trent just.
Well, I mean, it doesn't help that they're wrestling on top of a white car right now, too. It just, accentuates all the bright rubiness of it all. The match might be over.
I'm gonna be real with you. There is an internet meme that encapsulates how I feel right now. Disgusting.
I think Chuck just got choked out. I'm not sure. This match might be over.
Wrong button. I mean, speaking of people who need to get choked out, we got Don Callis looking like what they said, a peeled hot dog, is what I think the crowd said.
Jesus. Oh Lord. But yeah, regardless, well, I think we were talking about Drew McIntyre at one point. Like I said, bear with us, folks. We are exhausted. But I'm happy for Drew. Thank you, Rear 0071 saying that Trent did in fact win the match. I don't have my audio up. And here comes Orange Cassidy. Here comes Orange Cassidy, and here comes the double agent Chris Statlander, who I think is turning heel imminently. I think she's behind some of these attacks that we've been seeing in the women's division lately. So I feel like her and Trent are about to partner up and go all big bad on the rest of the AEW locker room. We'll see if my theory is correct here soon. But I'm happy for Drew. I'm happy for WWE getting this locked up. Just the way that his character has been, just he's truly flourished. Like, I don't even know if he's a heel. I don't know if he's a babyface. I think he's just finally getting a chance to be Drew McIntyre, where the shackles are off. He can be a badass in the ring. He can be a savage outside of it. He doesn't have to rely on goofy PG stuff. And I'm looking forward to the day that he and Punk can just beat the holy hell out of each other. So I'm
quite honestly, I agree with you. It was really the promo when Drew McIntyre said, "I prayed for this." I was like, wow, you're a hater. I think it was right after like Punk got injured or whatever it was. And he dead looked at him and was like, "I prayed for this. I wished for your downfall." So like, I'm glad they were able to secure him because, like you said, I would have hated to miss out on yet again another CM Punk talking smack against somebody, and then this person doesn't stay here anymore. I already feel a little cheated with the MJF real title versus but that's water under the bridge. We can't go back now. Real glass go cry about it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I'm sure Sean will have more on that. And by the way, Sean, with a little teaser in that report, said that more contract extensions are expected to be finalized and announced, although no timeline on that. I know there are folks like Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Their contracts are supposedly up fairly soon. We know Finn Balor has already re-signed. So Finn and Drew are in the fold. We got Becky and Seth and others who are still left to go. Maybe they hit free agency. Maybe they don't. We shall see. Maybe they just decide to retire and go to Hollywood. Who the heck knows? But let's dive into this episode of Collision tonight here, Cresta. It starts off with Swerve's coronation. We are in a lot of new eras now, Cresta. That seems to be the popular thing to say. We are now in the Dynasty era. This is Swerve's era. He is here to lead the way for the next few months and years ahead for AEW. And immediately, though, he's not focusing on his title win over Samoa Joe. He has to run down everything that happened in the last week, including Tony Khan getting taken out by the EVPs and Jack Perry, and called it a quote-unquote bitch move. Okay. Strong words right there. We'll get back to that in a second. But after that, he kind of got real there for a moment, Cresta, where, he talked about, all the sacrifice, all the recitals he's missed and soccer games and time away from his daughter, and, said that his daughter congratulated him, but said, "Dad, I feel like I don't know who you are." And he said, I cannot make up for lost time, but I promise you, I'm going to make sure that it's worth everything that we've missed with this title run. And then he immediately throws out an open challenge, and it's answered by Claudio. And I'm just sitting here. I'm like, okay, we're going to have a good Saturday night. And then those boys went out there and put on a banger of a main event, which my only note on the main event was that kicked ass. That's about it. That's literally the only note I took for the main event, because I didn't want to take my eyes off of it while it was going on. Swerve jumping on top of that man's shoulders and then getting just like chucked in the air for the Swiss uppercut was just absolutely insane. That matchup was balls to the walls banger. And I was kind of mad when it was over, even though I'm exhausted and I'm ready to go to bed. I was kind of mad when that match was over there, Cresta.
There were so many false finishes. There were so many times where I thought for a hot second we were going to have a new champion, which would have pissed me off personally. I was at Dynasty. Like, I'm not going to hold you. When he did the first Swerve stomp and Claudio kicked out, I was like, we really about to do this. I don't want this. I was at Dynasty. The chants for Swerve when he won, that whole crowd was electric. I'm deaf still. My voice is probably still in St. Louis somewhere trying to find its way home hitchhiking to New York. So it was a great match. I will say the very beginning of Collision, I had fallen asleep, y'all. I was like, I'm gonna take a quick little 20-minute nap. The 20-minute nap turned into 8:50. I woke up like, what's his name from Jumanji? What year is it? And so I don't have any notes on the coronation. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he won it. Claudio Castagnoli being the first person for him to challenge, that's not a good first challenge. It shows that he's serious. It's not like he's doing like, not to say there's any Johnny Jobber. Well, there is. I don't know who that man Roosh beat up tonight, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like no disrespect, but it wasn't Griff Garrison coming out there, you know?
Yeah. And like, I don't want to. I wouldn't even say Griff Garrison, because I've seen them put championships on people, and then it's like making their AEW debut, Ricocchino and Cresta Star. It's like, all right.
That would be the biggest squash match of all time. Just punch me in the nose and kick me in the lower back, and I'm done.
Oh, bro, you think I'm gonna let them hit me? They're gonna give me the finger poke of doom. I'm doing the job.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, I do like that immediately it was like, okay, here's arguably the best bell to bell, pound for pound strongest dude we got in the company. Have at it, have fun on a Saturday night. And then for 20 minutes, those guys just absolutely threw hammers at one another. It is interesting that he brings up the Elite and the EVPs and calls it a bitch move. You know, because afterwards we got this update from Tony Schiavone on Tony Khan, who was all over NFL draft coverage this week. So it was good on him to wear that neck brace. I was going to wear a neck brace tonight, and then I realized I don't have one, but regardless.
Honestly, I respect it, because Tony Khan was living the gimmick, and
he had to do it.
I've been making this joke all week. I said, that's what you get for putting on women's matches at 920 and promising the meat division and not giving it to us. You deserved it. And also, I did a podcast yesterday with Lyric, and she said you could see face. At first, Okada was like, wait a minute, no. Nah, get this guy. Beat him up. Okada's the best worst friend to have, because she's like, Okada, are you going to do the right thing? Am I going to do the right thing?
But the interesting part of this is that Tony Khan, kayfabe, of course, is on the mend. He's suffered a number of injuries, but he's getting better. He's going to be running shows remotely, Cresta, which means he's not going to be at TV. He's not going to be an on-screen character. And yeah, when you got if you're stuck in Jacksonville and you got shows in, I don't know, Canada, what the heck can you do remotely where somebody like a Nicholas Jackson should just go, oh, I'm sorry, where is it? Click, hang up, and then just completely take over the show, which would lend you to believe that the Young Bucks, Okada, Jack Perry are just going to run roughshod over AEW. But I'm really starting to think that this is going to be kind of like an NWO versus WCW type storyline here. Not where it's going to like infiltrate the entire roster and become just a company civil war kind of thing. But if you could limit it to 8 people, right? If you could actually have a team versus a team, maybe it leads to a blood and guts match. I don't know. But Swerve seems to have drawn the line in the sand here a little bit, right? A little bit, saying he believes they were in the wrong. Maybe he's on the side that's going to be going up against the authority, against the Elite, the EVPs. And the interesting part is going to be Kenny Omega when he comes back on Wednesday. He may have to step in to that role that he publicly said he did not want in 2024. He did not want to be an EVP anymore. And now he may have to step up as Tony Khan's surrogate and fight back against his other EVPs and his best friends in the Elite. I find that to be very interesting.
I'm going to have to stop you right there. I, with my limited knowledge of wrestling, know of Kenneth Deshaun Omega the Cleaner being a piece of crap in New Japan, cutting promos in English saying, I don't care if you don't understand me. I make money. I'm the draw here. I firmly believe he's going to come back and be a piece of crap. I would be surprised. It would be nice because it's like, okay, you can do like one half of the Elite jerks, the other half of the elite, because you could say Hangman, but Hangman's on his scumbag stuff. But to be fair, Swerve did cut a promo on his baby. So I would be a scumbag too. But I don't know what other part of the elite you would get. I think Kenny Omega sides with the Bucks and just be like, you haven't been here and I've been injured and, screw you. I'm going to do what I want. It could be a BCC turning face faction. It could be a brand new faction of up-and-comers. We could do the 4 pillars and try to rehabilitate Sammy Guevara's image for the 80th time. I don't know. But I see Kenny Omega coming back and being a piece of crap. If he comes back and is not, I would be pleasantly surprised.
Part of me tends to lead to believe that he's going to come back and disagree with how the Young Bucks are handling things. And that, look, big things always have small beginnings. He doesn't have to show up and say, I am now Tony Khan. I'm acting on behalf of Tony. Like, they don't have to do that week one. They can just have one small, tiny, like, man, why'd you have to pile drive that man into hell? Just kind of one small little disagreement, sow the seed of deceit between the two, of mistrust, and then build up to the point where, damn, now Kenny has to become the thing he doesn't want to be anymore. When did this happen? We all have that moment in life, Cresta, where we all of a sudden become like, where did my life lead me to this? Like, I used to be the guy who was up drinking until 4 a.m. in the morning. And now I'm the dude who goes to bed at 9 o'clock at night because my damn kids are exhausting the hell out of me. Like, we all reach that point in our lives where we go, how did I get here? I think Kenny Omega sooner or later is going to have that moment of, how the hell did I get here? Why am I the adult in the room all of a sudden? I think that's what we're going to get.
I've seen in these past couple of weeks with AEW and all things, Kenny Omega oftentimes is the most adult in the room. I do want to address something in chat. I am watching Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. I don't know what y'all expected. Deonna Purrazzo is a rough woman, and so is Thunder Rosa. And to also address the other question, why didn't you wait after Rampage? Me and Rick are tired. There's no other way. That's the long and short of it. Rick and I are tired.
We're just gonna keep it real with you. We can't make it to midnight.
You all. In fact, we were gonna keep it so real with you. We got a super chat from Twin Vanblade that says Trent joined the elite. Chuck asks his second cousin, third time removed, for a spot in STP. Also, that too was real glass. Cried me a river.
We got another one from Van Twinblade, by the way, saying, Cresta, did you have raves? Did you have pork steak? Did you get Ted Drews? Did you go up in the arch?
Oh, y'all don't listen. Respectfully, me and the Midwest got heat. I don't want to hear nobody say anything about New York being dirty ever again. Y'all had no sidewalks. There were no places to be. I don't eat pork. That arch wobbles. Nobody told me that I was not going up on that arch. That arch wobbles. So, I did not have any St. Louis dry rub or anything. I quite literally stayed in my hotel room the whole time. The person who was like, hey, I'll show you around, who in my mind was like, I'll show you around, is like, yeah, I'm from Kansas City. I'm like, yeah, that's in Missouri. It's the same place. He's like, no. That's why you thought Chicago was 20 minutes away, but it's not. So, yeah, I didn't really do anything besides go to the show, which was fantastic, by the way. Dynasty was great. But, yeah, me and the Midwest got heat. So, if anybody says New York is dirty, y'all don't even have sidewalks, I'm tired of y'all. All right? So, I had a good time, though.
I was going to say, I've never actually been to St. Louis, so I can't talk crap. Other than the fact that, you know, their sports teams are always in like my sports team's division, so I can just crap on them for that. But yeah, other than that, no, I can't say anything. I'm not going to be mean if I haven't been there. Now, I've been to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh sucks. All right. The part I stayed in sucked. Okay. I was much more pleasantly surprised by Philadelphia, to be completely honest with you. I enjoyed Philadelphia quite a bit.
I'm talking crap, but I would go back to St. Louis again. I would just plan it better. Listen, if y'all want Cresta Star to show up in your town, just pay me a small fee of $4,444.44, and I trust that you'll take care of the taxes on that. Next match.
I was gonna say, and by the way, just tell us where the good parts are to stay. You know, because often it is such like just chucking a dart at a part of town, and just you're praying that it's a good area. And
So
every single time I book an Airbnb, I pick wrong. Boy, do I pick wrong.
I don't do Airbnbs because first of all, I have a personal vendetta against Airbnb. Second of all, I stayed across the water because to stay in St. Louis was going to be 200 extra. So there's like Granite City, Illinois, 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to go over there. Oh, girl. Ooh. Yeah, so if y'all need some tour guides, like I will write a comprehensive list. If you're like, hey, we're coming to New York for WrestleMania at Madison Square, stay here. We need this because, girl, who.
Oh, good gravy. Guys, get your super chats in. Get those humper chats in. We'll make sure to read every single one of them before we sign off the show today, as Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa continue to beat the absolute holy hell out of each other. Thunder Rosa just got her teeth kicked in. Oh, good gravy. She's going to kick out, though. Of course she is.
Deonna's trying to rip this girl's arm off. And I mean, honestly, I love Deonna Purrazzo. I know it's supposed to be a collision. We're doing a lot today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm moving on.
We're multitasking.
We're multitasking. Also, the first match was Top Flight versus Bullet Club Gold. And do you have any notes? Because they springboard, Jesus Christ. Jay White wins with a springboard DDT that was reversed into the Blade Runner on Action Andretti.
Yeah. No, that was a really really good like just seamless transition for the win there. I thought this match was fine. It was a little clunky in some spots for me. But here's my problem with Bullet Club Gold matches. I just cannot watch them right now without thinking, Jesus, Jay White should be doing more.
I have that same problem. And I've been seeing all on the internet. It's like, yo, Tony Khan must really hate Jay White because, and I'm not going to sit up here and say that he hasn't elevated the Guns. I will say that the Guns have benefited like immensely. However, it's one of those things where it's like, damn, I really feel like Jay White should be your MJF in this situation. He should really be a piece of crap.
Like I look what he's doing with Will Ospreay, which I think has been flawlessly executed. And I'm just sitting here and I'm going, why couldn't we do that with Jay White? Like, they're both immensely talented individuals, bell to bell on the microphone. They're both spectacular. Will Ospreay is getting the Prince Ali treatment, and Jay White is getting the Aladdin treatment right now, just fighting for bread scraps at the moment. Like, dude, I don't know what we're doing, but this was fine. This was fine. I'm glad they unified the trios championships. Like, I don't have a whole lot to say on that one. It was fine. I just wish Jay White was doing more.
I will always complain about the trios and the Ring of Honor championships being defended on AEW programming because it's like, what are y'all doing with Ring of Honor? Poor Ring of Honor. Deonna turned heel. Deonna Purrazzo was never a face. I've covered enough TNA to tell you Deonna Purrazzo was never a face.
I'm behind. I'm behind. Okay. Sorry. I just saw Thunder Rosa's arm get raised. So
no. These girls are fighting. And I heard with the New Jersey hello.
Oh, is that what that means?
That's the New Jersey hello. The New Jersey goodbye.
Right, I'm gonna get on time here. Oh, now I missed what happened. All right, so they started beating each other. Okay.
Yeah, so after the match, Thunder Rosa wins. Thunder Rosa's like, yes, I'm winning and playing my music. And Deonna Purrazzo said, you know what? Being a good guy is for losers. And she pushes her, and then they start brawling, and they get broken apart. And then Deonna gives her the New Jersey goodbye.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that those disagreements are going to come to a head there at a certain point in time. Don't forget, guys, get those super chats in. Get those super chats in. We'll read every single one of them before we get off the air tonight. Hey, Ray Fenix is back. Thank the Lord that Ray Fenix is back. We have not seen him since he lost the International Championship 6 months ago. Like, where the hell does time go? He did scare me for a hot second in this match. So he's going up against the Beast Mortos. Mortos? Is that what he's going by now?
I think that's Black Taurus from TNA. I wasn't sure. The mask looks very familiar. And I was like, I don't want to be wrong. Okay, so yeah, it's going by the Beast Mortos, but I know Black Taurus when I see it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. I somebody said on X tonight that he had to change up his gimmick because he didn't have the rights to it or something like that. So that might be where he kind of had to tweak it here a little bit and wrestle in this Ram/Predator mask thing that he was working on. He had a hell of a performance. He had a hell of a performance tonight. Ray did scare me though for a hot second when he came off for that 360 dive off the top rope and he cut his leg got caught underneath him. I'm like, I don't need to see another freak Ray Fenix injury. Like, please tell me, like, dude, you're all right. And then like he immediately popped up. I'm just like, dude.
I've seen more Ray Fenix injuries than I care to. Like, there are two people in wrestling where I'm like, bro,
God.
Like to quote Chance, fucking Dynasty, please be careful. Like, seriously, please be careful, please.
All right, so whoever this Trevor Blackwell kid is right here, who's just absolutely getting manhandled by Big Bill at the moment. So I didn't know he was wrestling Big Bill. I assumed he was, but all I saw him immediately, like I saw Trevor like flexing the corner. I'm like, oh, this dude looks pretty well put together. And then Big Bill just squashes this man and makes him like, I don't know. He looks like Gilbert next to this guy. This is how big fucking Big Bill is. Like,
he's 7 feet tall, and you cannot teach that. I'm not. Now that you said it, I'm looking over and watching this match as it happens in 4K in real time, and it's like, damn. Even if you think Big Bill can't wrestle, even if that, not him picking him up and saying, "Yeah, this match is over when I say it's over." Yo, next match.
I mean, this dude's just walking out to a ring and whooping ass in like Timberland boots and jeans. Like,
very New York. Very New York. That is a very New York thing to do. Not him picking this man up again. Come on now. He's already dead.
He might actually be committing murder here at this moment in time. Oh, you poor bastard. I don't know what the jobber checks are like in AEW, but I hope they're good. These boys get worked. Just straight up worked. There were multiple times, though, in this match, going back to Ray Fenix, where I thought Beast had this. Like, I felt like the offense that he hit should have been enough to put Ray away, which made him look extremely strong, considering he was staying alive against this brutalizing offense. Beast ends up kicking out of a frog splash, but Ray's able to kind of fold him up for the 3 count there and get the win. I enjoyed this match. Honestly, if it wasn't for the main event, that would have been my match of the night tonight, Cresta. I thought that was really, really great, and it's great to see Ray back in the fold.
Yeah, no, I agree. This was a very peak lucha match. I'm very happy that Black Taurus is here. I'm sorry, the Beast Mortos. I low-key wish he was still Black Taurus, because Black Taurus with Taurus Blanco, oh, that would have been a cute little tag team. Him and Rouge, that would have been such a cute little tag team. That's just wishful thinking.
Like, the Beast Mortos, though, is also kind of a mouthful. Like, it just doesn't kind of like, I don't know.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. Anyway, Orange Cassidy was interviewed. He said he's afraid of what Trent and Chuck were going to do to each other in that match that we saw just a few minutes ago. That culminated with with Chuck getting choked out on top of a car while both of them have crimson masks. So there were light tubes, there was drywall, there were trucks, there were all sorts of things. They kicked the crap out of each other. We did get Roosh returning tonight against Mr. Martin Stone. And look, this thing started off with Roosh pulling the old sleight of hand TV cable whip. And then he just brutalized this man for a few seconds, hits him with a shotgun drop kick in the corner. And after he beat him, he just said, screw it. He gave him a little bit more of the business post-match and then walked away. This is going to be interesting to see what Tony Khan, if anything, has up his sleeve with Roosh. Like, I'm happy that Roosh is back, but there's no Andrade anymore. There's no Jose the assistant anymore. There's no nobody anymore. It's Roosh. It's Roosh and it's Roosh.
What kind of like, and I saw this trending on X, Twitter, whatever it is. Andrade, okay, I understand. Be your own man. You want to go wrestle with your wife. I respect that. What the hell did Jose the assistant do to you? Like that was so unnecessary. I don't know how else to put it, because I think I don't know. I think Jose the assistant and Rouge are kind of like one. It's kind of like Alex Abrahante is not coming out with Penta or Ray Phoenix. Like, why? That's so unnecessary. Like, I don't know. You don't realize that you miss someone until they're not there. And I'm kind of like,
yeah.
What? I don't. If someone said, "Well, what did Jose the assistant do?" I don't know, but I know that I miss him now that he's gone. Okay,
I mean, he made money, and that's why he's not there presently.
It sucks. Also, sorry, Martin Stone, you got squashed.
He got stoned.
No, that was 420. You're welcome.
There are multiple meanings to the word stoned, Cresta. Either way, he wishes it was the other one.
Throw the stones at the harlots, stone the
man. One match I can't wait to see is Serena Deeb versus Toni Storm. We saw the professor cutting a promo tonight. She put over Toni as a great champion. And she said, look, it's time to prove all those people who have been saying nice things about me over the last few years. It's time to prove them right. She said it's now or never for her to win the AEW Women's Championship. And at the same time, Toni Storm is on such like a meteoric rise. Like, she was working babyface tonight as the timeless character for, I think, the first time. Honestly, really, like, they love her. They love what's going on with Mariah. And it's a gimmick that has, had its niche audience at first, myself and everybody else who thought she was the best thing on television, and now people are really starting to catch on to it and enjoy what's going on as it is evolving, and she is slowly starting to act more like the beloved Hollywood Scarlett than the distraught and maybe over the hill Hollywood Scarlett that she was when over the hill at age, like, what was she, 26? I don't know. But yeah,
Dunaway, mommy dearest, I'm super delusional. And for her to be that young and to be that, it is high camp, and I'm here for it. And like you said, sometimes she wrestles face, but like you're I don't know. She's an anomaly, and this character for her, it's a tweener, it's a heel, it's great. It's good. It's phenomenal. And it's hard when you have so many good women, including Anna Jay, Thunder Rosa, Deonna Purrazzo, Serena Deeb, that could potentially take the belt off of her. But how? Even if you're quote unquote better than Toni in the ring, this is so entertaining. How?
I mean, at this point, I feel like they're playing the long game with this, and it's going to be Mariah who ends up taking it off of her, right? Like that seems to be what they're building toward. So it's nice that, Serena is going to get this match and get this rivalry for however long that it's going to run. But at the same time, I am one of those people who have been saying Serena Deeb is so damn good, and I want her to have a run. And I mean, I don't want to take her at, her word at verbatim, because I hope it's not now or never, because if that's the case, it's going to be never, because I don't think she's taking the title off of Toni right now.
I agree with that. And quite honestly, if I'm fantasy booking this, I'm fantasy booking Toni Storm beating Serena Deeb, Mariah May eventually beating Toni Storm, Deeb beating May, Starks turning on Athena, Starks beating Athena, Athena becoming AEW World Champion versus Deeb, and that match is gonna. I'm sorry. That's me using my big boy brain. I'm like, it gives Mariah May some playoff. Billy Starks has been tearing it up. Much respect to Athena, our forever champion. She's an amazing champion. But I think she really should have more eyes on her on AEW, and she would be a phenomenal champion. Her versus Toni Storm would be great. However, I think we need that payoff between her and Mariah May. And I think Deeb taking it off of May won't hurt anybody, but it'll give Deeb that validity. And Deeb could beat up girls for a while until it's Athena. And then we got Athena versus Mercedes. And I gives Mercedes enough time to build up the TBS title.
I think you just booked like the next 2 years of the AEW women's title picture here.
Listen, I got my hat on, baby.
I thought you were half asleep. Like, why are you just dropping like nuggets? Like, just free nugs out
here. It's the McDonald's nuggets.
We did get Toni Storm versus Anna Jay, or as Nigel would say, it was shoe time. Right out of commercial break in this one. There was a hell of a combo from Toni Storm where she hits a backstabber into a DDT, into the fisherman suplex. Like, homegirl was cooking tonight. I enjoyed this matchup a lot. Toni obviously gets the win, powering out of the Queen Slayer, and then hitting Storm Zero. Anna Jay is another one of these people who on this roster who I think is just underappreciated about how good she is. Like, the depth of the women's division has really, and we've talked about this, you, myself already, and I, like, the depth of the women's division is there. And these younger talented women are only going to continue to get better. Anna Jay is really good, and I think she's going to continue to get even better. And sooner or later, it should be her time to win something. Like, literally something.
Anna Jay is like, she is like a Daniel Garcia. And I think if you have a Continental Classic for the women, that is a star waiting to break out. That is somebody who I would put safe money on a TNT title. And I'm going to go ahead and be cheesy. And I hope, Kate, you're proud of me. I would say she's a safe bet. And if you guys want to make a safe bet,
BetOnline.ag is the official betting partner of Fightful. 100% of the time when you get the odds from Fightful, they are coming from BetOnline.ag. And it's not just wrestling, it's not just MMA and boxing. It's football, it's basketball, baseball, hockey. They have the earliest lines. You can bet big with the high limits and rebet functionality. They have the fastest payouts with winnings paid in minutes and the industry's best bonuses on every qualifying deposit. They've been trusted for 25 plus years. It's not some fly-by-night company. BetOnline AG has been there. They've done that. In addition, they're trusted by millions. They've got VIP rewards programs and a ton of popular games. BetOnline.ag, that's where I go to make my bets. That's where I suggest you go to, my friends. Please just bet what you can and bet responsibly.
Bet what you can. Bet responsibly. Don't.
Proud of you. That was a hell of a transition. I'm proud of you. Proud of you for that one.
You're welcome. You're
that McDonald's Coke is magic. Like, it is just.
As soon as these bright lights go off, I'm gonna be 180 degrees. Like,
I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out. We got a comment here in the chat from A-Shock saying Grizzled Young Vets losing a sign that they will stay free agents. Let's dive into this here. By the way, super chats, guys, humper chats in. If you got anything you want to talk about from this part of the show, any part of the show, get them in now. All right, get them in right now. Because that Coke may be working magic on Cresta. I ain't got no McDonald's Coke. I'm about ready to pass out. So we gonna talk about Grizzled Young Vets, and then I think we out. We out in this piece. We may be out before Shibata and oh god, I'm drawing a blank.
Shane Taylor Promotions versus Shibata and Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia. I couldn't think of his freaking name. That's how tired I am right now. Before Shibata and Daniel Garcia win this match. We may be out before that. But we got Grizzled Young Vets going up against the Acclaimed tonight. This is a match that was announced in advance, which kind of made me hope that we would be getting a graphic tonight, Cresta. Like, I genuinely like the Grizzled Young Vets. I'm glad that they are back to being the Grizzled Young Vets. I was never really a fan of the dyad or a whole lot of the stuff that they were being handed to do in NXT, even though they did it to the best of their ability. It just I could never really grab on to what was going on there. And now each of those members are off doing, I think they're in better places than they were as a group. Grizzled Young Vets, they're a great tag team. This was a great back and forth match with the Acclaimed here. We have seen free agents come in and wrestle on Collision before, and usually they take the L. You can tell though when a match is an audition and when it's not an audition. This was an audition. Like, there were multiple times where I'm like, oh, Grizzled Young Vets are winning this match tonight. And I honestly think they should have won this match tonight. Now I understand why they didn't. I understand why they didn't, because bottom line, Acclaimed are signed. They are not. So Tony Khan is going to put over his own talent. Bottom line, bare minimum, even if it was kind of a fluky, hey, we came out of nowhere to win this match kind of a thing. But the Grizzled Young Veterans got booked very strong. They got a lot of their offense in. It looked great. I wanted to see them win tonight. I wanted to see a graphic. We didn't get it, but I would not be surprised if we don't see a lot more Grizzled Young Vets in AEW down the line here, if not in the near future.
I have had the privilege of only covering the Grizzled Young Veterans. I know they were the dyad on NXT, but I didn't watch that. But they had came to TNA, and they were doing great work down there. Unfortunately, they didn't win any tag team gold, which I think was a mistake. However, I can understand. I do feel the tag team division in AEW would do well with a Grizzled Young Veterans.
Yes, they would be a welcomed addition.
They have enough grit to stand up to an FTR, but they're not too super freaking serious like FTR. And I love FTR, but FTR is their motto is no flips, only fists. And it's kind of like, I want to flip. I want to do a little flippy. Do a barrel. Just one flip. You know, like, I get it. I think they would fit in seamlessly. That being said, the way that I've been seeing Grizzled Young Veterans just being used as a whole, as a team, they're bridesmaids and never the bride, and I hate that. If you're going to put them in your tag division, right now it's a little hard because your EVPs have a chokehold on that, and they're going to have a chokehold on that until someone else knocks them off their high horse. Maybe FTR or maybe an upcoming group. I will say my biggest complaint about this, my cats were fighting during this, but I heard that Max Caster bar about going back to Impact. I need people to stop disrespecting Impact because you'll get your ass worked down there in Impact. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole Steve Macklin, a PCO who don't care about his body. There's a whole Josh Alexander, so you know, watch him out.
Max Caster just be pissing people off left and right lately.
I mean, I get it. He's a rapper, whatever it is, but everyone, it's the cool thing to dunk on TNA. But maybe I'm a TNA shill, but it's like, you guys are dunking on it. Some of their weakest talent will fold you. So watch them out. You know, watch them out. That's who
we got people in the chat saying that the Acclaimed have fallen off, and I'm like, it's such a weird dynamic because people still love Bowens.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Gunn is still as over as he's ever been in his entire career, at least as a non-DX times, right? Obviously, because you're not touching that. Yeah. But man, people hate Max Caster right now. Like, it's such an interesting dynamic. Like, I don't know what you do in that situation if you're Tony Khan. Like, when you got one person that is genuinely just steamboat Willie straight ahead into heel territory, but you still have two other members of a group, do you go ahead and just split them up at this point? Like, do you think the Acclaimed have kind of like run their course and it's time to go in different directions with them? Because I don't know what the prospects are for Bowens or Caster as singles competitors.
I don't know either. I think there is a way to course correct. The biggest issue is, now at first I was an Acclaimed hater, but this is me being just objective. I think the raps were cool, but you weren't coming up with good stuff every week and fresh stuff every week. You fumble in the bag. Fans turn on people for less. I seen the fans eat up Ronda Rousey just because they wanted Becky Lynch. Yeah. That being said, maybe pull back on the raps. Use it for when you guys have actual feuds. Now, I think Caster right now has heat because he's a cornball. So maybe that's what it is. Like, you're the cornball of the group, and there's nothing wrong with that. Juice Robinson is the cornball. The Guns are the cornballs of the Beast, the Bullet Club Gold. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes Xavier Woods sometimes is the cornball of New Day. Sometimes you got to make that person eat the pin. Sometimes you got to make that person get humble, possibly people get back on the same page. Maybe he really just needs to start eating the pin for a while and then be like, yo, I've been letting y'all down. I'm hecking up. I'm sorry. I don't think we break up the Acclaim. I'm not a fan, but I can say that they pulled the trigger too late on the Acclaim. The Acclaim should have been champions the first time when they started building up heat. Sticking them with Bullet Club Gold made no sense if they weren't going to battle Jeff Jarrett Prison Society or the many members of BCC or House of Black Unlimited. You kind of just had them together for a hot second and then it made nothing, and then nothing kind of came of that feud. Again, the only people who came out looking better were the Gunns. And Daddy Ass couldn't turn on him because his kids don't like him. His kids are bad. He needs to beat his kids. I do not advocate for child violence, but in this case, he needs to beat his kids, you know? So I think
they're not kids anymore. He can whoop their ass.
He can go outside and give them the old what for. I think that there's a way to fix it. It's just that right now, maybe Max Castle got to start eating some pins. I don't know.
It could just be a slight tweak in presentation, you know? Like I think, I think gimmicks are great, but I think routine gets old after a while, and fans just want to see you evolve and do something maybe a little bit different. So maybe tweak things a little bit. Like you said, maybe get rid of the wraps. I think people seem to be over the scissoring part of their gimmick at this point too.
It might be time for something.
Find something else. Yeah, might be time to find something else. Cresta, I'm tired. What you got going on? Where can people follow you?
Want to do the world. You don't. Oh, we did do the world title shot. That's true. We did.
Yeah, we said it at the beginning of the night. Yeah, we combined it. We combined it. That match kicked all sorts of ass. It was a great introduction. I'll say this much. It was a great introduction to Swerve's AEW title reign.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we would have got it on Wednesday. And I understand the explanation that Tony Khan laid out there. He wanted the big lead in from the NBA. I get that. I don't know if he's going to get the big lead in from the NBA when it was a 25-point blowout. And that's kind of the risk that you take. I don't know how many people were sticking around to watch that fourth quarter when Boston was up on Miami by like 26 points. So it was a gamble. Maybe it paid off. Maybe it didn't. I still think Wednesday fell flat for Swerve. We'll just say this. Tonight was a good restart. Tonight should have happened on Wednesday. Wednesday should have happened tonight. It is what it is. Live and learn.
I'm making this face because I'm watching Shibata no-sell the shit out of Lee Moriarty. Lee Moriarty's giving it his all, and Shibata's like, "Why must I come and play these games with you?"
We got our moderator who's ready to go to bed.
Listen,
Cresta
we're all
slap
going
happy.
to bed.
Cresta is slap happy.
I love you all. Every Thursday, you can find me and Joel Pearl, TNA. We cover it here on Fightful every Saturday. Me, it's some combination of myself, Riccacino, and Iridian, and sometimes Sean. We're here. We cover Collision. Tonight was just a special night because
I think we're all going to be back next week, and I'm going to be here for a hot minute too because I don't have any Saturday night radio shifts for the month of May, so I think I'm here.
And just between us girls, I might be quitting my muggle job soon, so I'll be able to do stuff.
There we go. How about that? Actually, we may not be on next week because there's a WWE pay-per-view next week. But it's in France, so what time does it air? I don't know.
But next week, Thursday is my birthday. So,
yeah.
There's that. I'll be on the TNA show, probably I'm going to pull a Sean Ross app and come a little drunk, like, watch my fan here, y'all. So, yeah, you can find me on Fightful.
What are you, 24?
I'll be turning 4,786. Ask me again in 2 hours, and the number will be different.
You don't look a day over 19.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time for in France. God, these international shows, I love them. They're great. But damn it, man, when you're so used to, this is totally first world problem, but when you're so used to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock rock, and it's, you got the, That was a
I
terrible
have to
Happy
work a
Days
muggle
joke.
job. I shan't be until I'm rich and famous. This is the lot that life has given me. And you guys can make me rich and famous. Cresta the Star, Twitter. And shout outs to you. Whoever this person was too. I was walking down the street in St. Louis and somebody yelled out their car, almost got into a car accident, and said, "Are you Cresta Star?" Whoever that was, you made my fucking night. So
And you almost ended your night prematurely in the process.
Rick, where can they find you?
Follow me on X. It's right there. Rick Ucchino. That's my Instagram as well. I write about wrestling for like 9,000 different sites. I'll have some stuff coming out. I'm exhausted. Cresta, you can end this thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. Next week, maybe we'll be here, maybe we won't, but we'll have more energy for you. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourself and each other. Catch you on the flip. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye.